Hello, assalamu alaikum. Today, the topic we are going to discuss has truly tremendous value in the world of programming, and that is error handling. Because errors are inevitable in programming. There is a famous quote that there are only two things you can believe in this world that will happen. One is errors, and the other is death. Okay? So, errors are invincible, inevitable in programming. The only way to be safe from it is to plan and catch them beforehand. Python gives us truly amazing abilities to capture those errors and mitigate those risks before they happen. So, to get the sense of how the errors are so important, let us make a code without planning to catch the errors in it. For example, you are asking the user for a number called numerator. Okay? And that is, you are taking the input, asking it to give, please type a numerator, and then you convert it to an integer. Okay, then you ask him for a denominator, and you do just the same with it also. Denominator. Forgive me for the spellings. And based on the values you get, you divide these numbers and get a result. Okay, so you divide numerator with denominator, and return the results to the computer. Let us check this. Please type a number. I will, instead of number, what if I type send? The whole code will crash. Okay? The whole code will crash. The user, he is not emotional with your code. He can type anything he wants. You have to be vigilant that the errors should be beforehand caught and safeguarded so that no crashes are in chance. So what do? You wrap this code inside a try block. Okay, inside a try block, and after try you write except and provide the error you want the Python to be alert of it. Okay, so here I will say value error. Value error means that the user may knowingly or unknowingly give the input which is not legitimate or eligible for the process to be completed. So if the value error occurs, you can print for the user. Value error means he may type string instead of integers. We are parsing integers here. It will understand by itself. Please type a integer. Other than integers are not allowed. Okay? And another thing. For example, you are doing this code and the user is super smart. Instead of giving a string, he gives you the right numerator, but in the denominator he gives you a 0. What will happen? The whole code will crash because you cannot divide anything by 0. So you have to also catch these 0 errors whenever you are processing something mathematically. 0 division error. Let's catch this error. These errors are pre-saved in Python. Okay? You can catch these errors and print some statements beforehand so the program does not crash irregularly. Please don't type a 0 for the no. Now if we execute this code, even if the user gives some irregular input, he will be prompted to not give such irregular or illegitimate, ineligible inputs. Okay? He will be guided for the right inputs, which may result in a useful scenario of programming. Okay? So here we can say that all of the errors were caught and the program was executed in a beautiful way, and we can see the results that we have achieved. Some of the errors that are abundant in the world of programming are file errors. So for example, you are opening a file called with open --ddd.txt. Okay, and you are reading it you are opening in the read mode as file. You have given it the variable file file.read. Print, save it into contents, and then print the contents. Now what happens here? See, it will give us the error that no such file as ddd was available in this Python environment. You must, as a good programmer, wrap this code in a try statement. So whenever a file does not exist and you unknowingly try to open it, you will be prompted with an error. And how will you define that error? You will type except and import, use the default file not found error saved in the Python language, Python interpreter, and print a file not found statement which can guide the user that the file is not found and you have to give a correct path to a existing beneficial file. So that's how today we must conclude this video, that this is how we try to mitigate the risks of crashing our code by using try and except statements in Python, where you can define beforehand what typical errors you may encounter in this type of code and how the code should react when it gets something like this. Last thing to remember, we have only discussed some specific errors, but a more general error that can be anything is called exception. Okay, exception means any kind of error, and you can give that exception a name as E, and then you can print that exception so the user or the programmer which is using your program can be alerted what the error he has encountered, so he may try to solve it with a definable solution. Thank you very much. Meet you in the next video.